Hey folks, and welcome to Mosdock in a simulator battle, driving the brand new Challenger 1. So, right off the bat, got a perfect view of the enemy spawn. It looks like only one guy spawned at that side and the rest of them must be on the other side. And obviously because he's sat there, I'm just going to take pot shots until I get him. Typically he moves right as I fire on the shot that probably would have got him. And now he's out of sight, but I think, you know what, there's enough lob on this shell to get it over the ridge. And I managed to set him on fire and immobilise him, so now, even though I can't see him, obviously in sim you use sim optics. I actually use sim optics in RB to try and prevent scenarios where I end up shooting the dirt right in front of myself. I actually have some tips that I'm going to point out for you to help with that later on in the video. But for now, I backed up to account for the dirt shooting, and I'm just going to keep pumping shots into the rough area that I think this guy's in. I can actually just see the top of his turret, and they were finally getting. But that took way too much ammo. What I'm going to start doing now is the Challenger's accuracy and post-pen damage are actually surprisingly bad. I think it might have been nerfed in the patch. Perhaps it might be like a side effect from some other change they made, but APDS FS seems to do a lot less damage after penetrating than it did before. And at least this gun, and on the Chieftain as well, the accuracy seems to be much worse. Anyway, I've pushed direct south to this hill, which has a good view of most of the map. Very good visual and solid cover. And I can also see not all of our cap because there's buildings in it, but I can, if anyone enters our cap, I can see them go into it. So accuracy kind of screwed me over again there. It might have been bad shot placement on my part, but I feel as though before the patch that would have been a really easy kill. If playing British tanks has taught me anything at all, it's that even if you don't expect anyone to be flanking you very far to the left or the right, then you should check them anyway, just on the off chance. So I keep spinning my head right up to our spawn area just to see if there's anyone there. So I'm just backing up to see if I can get an angle on whatever this friendly Challenger's shooting at. Right, so I was talking about that, tips regarding the sim optics. Listen for the noise. See that noise when you move your gun up and down? If your gun is blocked by something, then you'll hear a weird little audio cue. It sounds like it's just part of the gun's movement, but it only happens if you move your gun a little tiny bit and it gets in the way of an object. So if you don't want to back out of the gunner's sight to see whether because obviously the third person pointer makes it really obvious if you're going to hit the dirt or not. If you don't want to back out because of time restraints or whatever, then you can just bob the gun up and down, or even left and right, because obviously the sight's offset to the side as well. And if you hear that noise, then you know that when you hear it is when the gun's obstructed, so you need to just move it away from that area, and then you know that you're clear to shoot. Another thing you can do is just fire your coaxial MG, because generally that's on the same level as the gun, or very close to it. And if the MG shots can get down range, then you know the shell can. Or, well, maybe not every single time, but most of the time. See, I thought I'd adjusted enough to get his ammo there, but I'm not sure if the shot just didn't go where I wanted, or if I didn't move the gun sight enough, because obviously I can't see the target. But I got him anyway, so it's all good. So second kill so far, and I'm the only person on the team to actually kill anyone. bit of a speculative shot there because I didn't set the range, or I just kind of winged it based on the range set from before. So I'm not sure if he is actually still in view, but I'm just going to push along the ridge, see if I can get a better view through the trees. But I can't, and I hear the friendly challenger shoot. His gun's pointing somewhere totally different to me, so I'm thinking probably a target somewhere to be shot at. And then he calls for assistance and says that he's repairing, which is very bad. Means he needs immediate assistance, so I'm just going to rush straight over there, keeping the hill to my left so I can't take any flanking shots. He seems to be moving, so I'm not sure what it was he was repairing. I think that should have been a one-shot kill. And, you know, it's kind of funny because this guy's going to make me eat my words by doing that. So it kind of was a one-shot kill because he J'd out. But with the amount of damage that did and the angle that I hit him at, before the patch I think the Spalling would have hit his ammo carousel and it would have been a one-shot kill. Or it would have killed both of the crew members in his turret. So, the Challenger is definitely, I'd say it's better in Sim than it is in RB. So range this guy through the tree. It's hard to see, so I've zoomed in, but because of the obstruction, it's still not easy. But there we go, another kill. Saved a friendly apparently. Obviously I don't have markers on Sim, so I don't know who that guy was shooting at, but I got a thank in chat. Oh, but then the guy who thanked me died anyway. I think he might have been set on fire. The kill feed messages are too small in the editing view for me to be able to tell if it's the same guy or not. But anyway, I was talking about it being better in Sim. It's a lot easier to be sneaky in Sim because you have a narrower field of view. Like what you see in Sim is basically if you're zoomed in RB. So it's much easier to avoid being seen by people. People can't use the third-person camera view to like sneak up and look over things. One of the rare times that the gun actually works out for me. But anyway, yeah, they can't look over things. They can't use the third-person thing to like look around corners and stuff. So you can just sit behind a ridge and use your elevated view to look over it, and it kind of gives you that RB-ish ability in Sim. So it's very easy to be sneaky, and it's harder to tell where you're being shot from for the same reason, because you can't see your entire tank. You can only see the direction that you're looking at. So if you're not looking at the right direction when you get shot at, especially with the hit indicators being as buggy as they are, I think it just gives you that edge. And the Challenger, with its gun being as inaccurate as it is right now, I don't know if this is going to get changed. What I'm doing now, this killing this target, is actually a good example of this. I don't miss this guy once. I've got a full target, his full front. It's a T64A, so I should be able to pen him anywhere. He's sat fully in the open. He's under 1500 meters away. This should have been the easiest kill in the entire universe, and yet it just isn't. But anyway, what I was saying. If you can remain undetected, the Challenger, sorry, is incredibly powerful. It's when it gets spotted, especially when it's moving from point to point, that it's incredibly vulnerable. And also right now I feel like the armor is massively underperforming. I don't think that 470 kinetic is actually accurate. I've been penned through the turret by all sorts of stuff that shouldn't have had a chance in hell of doing it. So, like I said in Sim, where you have all these like sneaky advantages on your side, I think it just works out better. Right now I think I have 24 kills in Sim to 4 deaths, and that's in only 4 matches. So that's averaging 6 kills per life in 4 games. That's incredibly good. Anyway, back to the game at hand. You'll have noticed now that not only have I missed, well, I haven't missed actually, I've hit this guy 7 times with APDSFS, and I'm about to have hit him for a 3rd time with Hash, and I'm now completely out of ammo. And because I sat here for so long shooting at the same guy, I got spotted. And there's absolutely bugger all I can do right now. I can't utilise my armour because I was pushed up too far to be able to see the guy properly. So this guy's got clear shots on my side. He's shooting below where all my armour is. And I am dead. But because for some reason Sim still has a kill camera, I know exactly where he is. So I'm just going to sit here, and he gives himself away by driving into our cap circle. He was probably trying to decap it so that both teams were on even footing, because we decapped their cap quite a while ago now. Again, you never know when you're getting flanked, so I'm just checking incredibly wide left. Friendly challenges opening up, and there he is. He just presents himself, completely ignores the fact that I have a second respawn. He could have really easily killed me by just driving up and watching me spawn in and sitting there and shoot him in the low front plate, but if he's going to do that, then that's, you know, I'm not going to complain. That first shot though, I bounced off his engine deck and into the back of his turret. That seems incredibly bullshitty to me. There must be like 50 mil of engine deck armor, if that. It shouldn't have bounced, it should have overmatched. Anyway, friendly on B, he called for backup. He says that a shell whizzed past him. And the friendly challenger to my right, on the ridge where I was before, he's opening up on something that looks like it just spawned in. The guy that just spawned in probably isn't the same guy that was firing at the guy on our cap, so there's two enemy tanks somewhere up ahead of me. I'm just going to rush ahead and use that ridge in front of me as cover. Challenger on B is opening up on someone, and on the right he's opening up on someone as well. I think they're shooting at different targets. I'm asking them in chat to mark their targets. So the guy on our cap marks a guy that's to the left of their cap and says that he's hull down. So if I'm pushing up here, I should get a better shot than he has at him. But I'm still wary of the other guy, the other friendly, shooting at someone that probably just spawned in. Push up, don't see anyone, but be aware of flanks. So always check further than you think you should need to, and there he is. Get lucky, really. I think they're one of the other rare times that it works. Kind of stupid for me to use such a good game as an example of a gun being bad, but hey ho. That was a weak spot even on the B. So although that's a T64A, that would have even killed a B. The driver's port is a weak spot. But in Sim, weak spots are a lot less of a thing really, because with the gun parallax, it's incredibly hard to actually hit them, especially at close range, where the parallax makes such a bigger difference. Anyway, so there's only one guy left now, and I just killed him, and he respawned, which means that he's either going to be here or in the other respawn. And for some reason, he I don't know why, all of them always seem to spawn here, even though the other spawn is away from where we all are. One shot and done. So what happened there was I killed every single person on the enemy team twice, except for one guy that I only killed once. There was only one other person on my team that actually got a single kill. So if I hadn't have died, that would have been the best Sim match I've ever had, hands down. And I could, from now on I'm going to take more ammo. In fact, I might just take full ammo, because chances are if you get caught in the open in the Challenger, you're going to die regardless, so you might as well give them an ammo rack, because it just ends it all quicker. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video, folks. Sub for more, leave comments and all that, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.